Hello everyone and welcome back. Thank you for tuning in for another video regarding price action updates. Also want to say Merry Christmas to those that celebrate, and if you don't celebrate, well, I hope you had a great weekend to enjoy some time off with family and loved ones. Before we get started, please follow me on Twitter or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am doing a giveaway for the first 100 subscribers, and they will automatically enter a chance to win $100 in USDT. Today's price action is going to be very important to discuss because we did have a weekly close yesterday, and on top of it, we're approaching year end. So there are a few things that I'd like to talk about in the macro perspective, and then we could dive into the close price action and see where things are going. Another thing I'd like to point out, if you guys notice some changes on my graphs, I hope you guys like them because I think the contrast is going to look a little bit better and more appealing to the eyes, and you can kind of see the prices a little bit better. Okay, so let's take a look here. We're on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, and as you can see here, we're hanging on to the old all-time high support. This is something to keep in mind. I think that we are approaching another leg down. So we've been consolidating here for the past few weeks. This is the FTX candle, and then now we have some consolidation. And if you look here on the weekly time frame, this is a very bearish candle, and we're struggling to get past the highs of the recent body. If you look here, let me add a horizontal line. Where are they? There we go. We've been hanging out on this support, and it's doing a good job, but I don't think we're going to push for another leg up. So our next leg down is around 14,000. We have some support here, but the real support, I think, is going to be around this $12,000 to $14,000 range right here, and that's going to be our next stop. And if you look here, there's another thing I'd like to show you on the macro scale. This FTX candle was about a 20% candle, right, on Bitcoin. And you can see that we might mimic the same thing. So we go from the highs we go from about right here to down. And it's about another 30% drop to get to that 12K range. People underestimate the amount of support that we have around here. This could actually bring us to another leg up and probably have a midterm rally, and then we go down. So this is kind of what I think will happen towards the year end. So we'll definitely close a little bit below. We'll start the year pretty bearish, and then after that, we may rally for a few months and then come back down and go down to 9K, and I think that will be the real capitulation. This is my yearly outlook. I don't see us having a relief rally to close the year. I think the year will close bearish. And let's look at one more thing, which is the 6-month candle. So if you look at the 6-month candle, we had a bearish, super bearish candle on the 6-month, and we have follow through on the next 6 month. And I think what will happen in the next 6 months is we wick down here, and then we double bottom, and then we come up. So that's kind of my macro time frame. There's a lot that can happen within those months, and there's a lot that can be traded. So let's look at the daily time frame. Right now, we actually have some bullish consolidation here. And what do I mean by that? So we have a bullish candle right here, and then we have basically a 90-degree angle to the right side, and that is what you call a bull flag. And this consolidation obviously has been consolidating for a couple days now, and eventually the probabilities increase. The more you consolidate in this bull flag, the probabilities increase to break to the upside, and I believe that's what's going to happen here. And I think the highest we will go is, let's see, the highest we will go is basically in this area right here, which is the 17.5K range. If we do break out to the upside, this is our target, this trend line, and I think this is an excellent area to short. So keep that in mind. If you are looking for a short on Bitcoin, this is the exact moment you would want to short, because I do see weakness in this trend. We can't break old highs. we keep getting lower lows. So boom, here's our first low. Here's our second low. And if this breaks down and we test these, so if we basically test here, this will be our third low, and I think that will send us straight to the bottom of the 15.5K support, and that basically won't hold. And so this is where we're at with Bitcoin. So nothing has really changed since the holidays started, the Christmas break. Tomorrow will be the day that will determine where we're going. The reason being is because stocks are closed, all commodities are closed. Today is going to be the day where everyone observes the holiday. So I'm pushing this video out specifically because I want you guys to be ready for what's going to come in this next week. And let's take a look at my trade. Oh, one more thing before we get started. So I'm only going to look at Bitcoin today because that's going to basically dictate the cryptocurrency market. Ethereum, you can apply this logic to it, but let's take a look at
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Yeah, okay, Siri is just being annoying. Let's take a look at HY Block Capital, where we can look at some liquidation zones. If you look here, and this is actually, if you want to give this guy a follow, he's uploading HY Block Capital stuff. His name is Mac McCore. But anyways, look at what's going on here. So we have the heat map, obviously. The darker the color, the more yellow the color, the more likely you're going to head in that direction. You can see here that we're hovering in the 16.8 range. Basically, these work as magnets. So if it's basically under the price action, we're probably going to head down there because that's where the market makers want to send the price. Naturally, the market will follow these liquidation maps. And it looks like we're going to close the year pretty bearish. Now, how bearish can it get? Let's be logical here. We have support in the 15.5K range, but we also have support in the 12.5K range. I don't think we'll go any lower anytime soon. Now, that's pretty much my analysis for Bitcoin. If you look at the 4 hour, which is even a smaller time frame, there isn't really much going on other than we've been in this strict price action. It's eventually going to give one way or another, up or down. So we'll see. And that's pretty much it. So if you do want to enter a short, I recommend the 17.5K range for Bitcoin. Now let's take a look at my beauty, which is basically this short that I told you guys to take on Twitter. And if you are in this short right now, you are in the money. You are making money right now. You are positive. We can establish one thing, and this is a very nice structure. It's called a descending or symmetrical wedge. We didn't really get that touch there. Okay, we can go from here. Now, what is this pattern? This is typically a continuation pattern. So the probability of the pattern to follow basically its first move is pretty high. I think it's around 65% chance that it will follow through with the first move. So the first move was a leg down, then we had a leg up, and now we're just pretty much consolidating in this price range. And you'll eventually fall down, retest, and then break to new lows. The key area to take profits is the last support we had, which is right here. But if you want to ride this out, you can probably ride this out all the way down to maybe 40 bucks. Currently, I am negative on my trade. I am down about 30%. I was down around 50%, but you guys, as you can see, I entered horribly. And I mentioned that in my earlier videos, but if I did mention that a key area to enter is this resistance. So if you did take this trade, I want to congratulate you. You are in the money. You are making profits. And another rule of thumb I have is if you are in the profits, don't ever be ashamed of just taking them. A profit is a profit. And if the price action does follow for more money, like for example, say the price goes lower, but you took profits, there's nothing to be ashamed of or disappointed in because you executed the trade perfectly and you are in the money. As long as you are making money and you're not losing it, I think that's basically a good trade. The market is always here for more setups, so don't be ashamed in that. Now, as you can see here with the BNB trade, nothing really has changed. And then I want to show you guys my weekly outlook on it. And as you can see here, the start of the week, we had basically a super bearish candle. And this candle right here, so last week we really tried to reclaim the support and we couldn't. And we had a weekly close below. And that is a sign of a bearish continuation. And we will follow through all the way up until this $200 mark. Or so basically this range right here, from the 220 all the way down to the $200 mark. And we will follow through with testing this support once again. So that's basically it for my trade in BNB. Hopefully you guys took it and you're in the money. If not, it's okay. There's plenty of more opportunities, like I mentioned earlier, that Bitcoin trade that you can probably take. And that's pretty much all I'm going to go over today. Remember, if you are new to the YouTube channel, please subscribe if you like the content. These are time-sensitive updates, and I try to bring you guys quality content. So if you have any recommendations, please leave a comment down below. If you like the video, please hit that like button. And remember, you can always follow me on Twitter, where I'm most responsive to DMs and tweets. And I'm doing a $100 USDT giveaway. So if you do end up subscribing to my YouTube channel, you automatically enter a chance to win $100 in USDT. Other than that, please stay safe and enjoy this last day off. I don't think we'll get any volatility other than basically sideways action until the markets open tomorrow. So best of luck. I hope that if you're in a trade, you're profitable. And remember, always, always manage your risk. Thank you and have a good one.